Namaste. It's such a beautiful morning today. It's so good to have a program today. You know, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day to meet. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. God is great, just to get his grace. We are here because of that grace. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, and it's good that we are here today on a Sunday. Now, it makes a little difference because like when we try to fit in God in our lives, we say, well, we can do it when we are free here on a Friday. Oh, I'm busy on this day. But when we make an effort to dedicate one day to God, then we are making the effort, like we are dropping other things just to be in God, just to be with our own self, just to remember our soul, just to remember how we are here together on this planet. So it's good that we have Sunday around the world dedicated for this purpose, So it's good for us also to meet in a space like that, because we didn't say we're too busy, sometimes commitments come and we have to do it, but it's good to make a little effort for a special day. I dedicate this day to my soul. I come and be in God, and then I be quiet, I be happy, I be with family, I go in nature. So Sunday is a beautiful day because on Saturday, we're busy catching up on housework, groceries, things that we have to do to govern our houses, So our mind is in all directions. So we cannot really go and rest in our soul, you see? So this is why early in the morning, our thoughts have not gone this side, that side, nobody has called us and given us their energy, So we are quiet, we are in shant, we're in peace. And so that is the best way that we can delve into our true nature, and we can also enjoy ourselves in God, So right now we can say, like the planet, it's heaven and hell one time. We have come in heaven here at this moment. For this 2 hours, we will be in heaven. And when we go out there and we see all the things that's happening, it's like, man, it's like hell out there. So we are experiencing both heaven and hell. So it's good to come together and experience these heavenly moments together. So I'm happy that we are finally meeting on a Sunday dedicated to the purpose of creating our own happiness, our peace, being like the creator, because we are more absorbed in it, Now we are free from all the worries of the week. And so we can sit here, we can sing, we can have some fun, and we would not be trying to meditate, trying to go in. It will just happen so naturally, so fluidly, and so wonderfully. Like you will never forget programs on Sunday from now on. You'd be like, I can't wait for Sunday, So this is what we have to do also to keep ourselves glowing and growing and being able to stand up to whatever is going on around the world. So this is going to create our strength for the week, our happiness, our fun, and knowing that it's like we are going to dip in the ocean, so we'll have strength for the rest of the week, or dip in the frequency so that we can carry it forward, because now that we deal with energy, we deal with other people's energy, we deal with energy of nature, we deal with energy that's all around us, whatever the energy is. So we are more sensitive to energies now. So in a way, when we clear our space, we clear our homes, we clear our body, we clear ourselves, then we are able to cope with next week and, become even firmer in our cells, in our sadhana. And it's not like you're rushing towards some final goal, but we are able to saturate ourselves with pure joy, pure happiness, to live our lives so wonderfully. Because we are here, we are part of this planet, we are part of this world, and we do have to live in it, and we do have to feel good so that we can do our work. We can feel that there is a reason for life, a reason for living. And so this is like our pill, sort of. Nowadays, everything is like a pill, Anyway, enough said, so it's a grand day, and I know Asha has prepared some music, so we'll start off with her music.
Well, before I start, I want to say that we've been doing this Zoom for 2 years, and it's been a very good platform for us to have this. And I just feel like all that you have said has us evolving so much. And now I feel like I'm at the point where it just feels to just praise you, praise the Guru, praise this beautiful work that we are part of. Every day, it's just to celebrate that we are on this path. We are with you. And so I thought of many songs, and it was just beautiful to think of Mere Gurudev, because the Guru is the greatest thing. Guru awakens the inner part of you. They say God is up. Where is he? He's within us, and you've awakened that for us. And so many experiences that I can't even say it in one video. I can only sing about it and love it. So Ma, this is for you. All the years that I've been walking with you, there are no words that I can tell anybody, but I can honor you by singing this song to you. So I'll go with first describing in English what it is. So the name of the song is Mere Gurudev. My Guru, I offer these flowers of my faith at your, I'll say it again. My Guru, I offer these flowers of my faith at your feet. Whatever I have, you have given to me, and I dedicate it all back to you. I have no love, nor do I know you. I don't even have the strength to worship you. But this mind, this body of mine, my every atom is dedicated just for you. You are the only one in my heart and my thoughts. You are the one who I call out to. Now, make me your instrument. All I am, I say all I am, I offer to you. मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है। मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है। तेरी ही देन है जो है, वही तुझको समर्पित है। तेरी ही देन है जो है, वही तुझको समर्पित है। मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव। न प्रीति है प्रतीति है नहीं पूजा की शक्ति है। न प्रीति है प्रतीति है नहीं पूजा की शक्ति है। मेरा यह मन मेरा यह तन मेरा यह मन मेरा यह तन मेरा कण कण समर्पित है मेरा कण कण समर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है। तुम्हीं हो भाव मैं मेरे विचारों में पुकारों में। तुम्हीं हो भाव मैं मेरे विचारों में पुकारों में। बना दे अंत अब मुझको बना दे अंत अब मुझको मेरा सर्वस्त्र अर्पित है मेरा सर्वस्त्र अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा के अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव 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 चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा हे अर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव। बोलो जय श्री पार्वती माँ नमः।
So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Sing with such heart, such love, so beautiful. It reminds me of when I used to be with my guru, and wanted to meet her as much as I could. She lived in India and came to America occasionally and spent a little bit. But if she had an ashram here, I would have been going there all the time. But the funny thing is, the few times I met her, there was so much Shakti working in me, because I had experiences when I was young. So I was awakened so long ago, but did not know what to do. And when I met her, things started to go very fast within my system, and I couldn't keep up with myself. I'll repeat that. I couldn't keep up with myself. It's so after meeting her a couple of times, I couldn't go meet her again, because when I meet her, it was too intense at times. So then I started to not go so often. But you see, I had already gotten her within my system. So it's like I would go into meditation just with the thought of her. And I could sit for hours in my room, just sitting for hours in all kind of states, and and so she was already embedded in me. So I knew at that time, well, it was not necessary to go. So it was just a short time I was able to be with her. And we traveled, I got to travel with her a little bit, and that trip was just wonderful. I was a little bit scared of her, but everything she said, I absorbed. Everything she talked about, I absorbed. And later on, sometimes if I did not understand, like later on, it would click so much within my system. I would remember what she had said. So, walking with a guru is such. Sometimes they are very mysterious. Sometimes they tell you things that to do, and it's like, that doesn't make any sense. And you wonder, why should I? But then later on, you get to figure out it, and you said, oh, wow, that was why it was said. So sometimes many people who don't have gurus, they can't trust anyone. So it's only when you start walking with a true guru would you begin to understand and have the trust. Because if you're going and paying attention and you listen to the words, and then later on the words are coming true all the time, then you say, you know what, then I can just listen, I could just walk, and I could just enjoy myself and stop having trouble believing or not that I have grace. Because the grace comes within us. Where is God sitting? He's sitting in all our hearts. He's sitting there. And the guru shows us that by so many different ways. You see, the thing is, when the world was created, God had to reside in it, and he had to have some kind of mystery, right? In a way, that's a simple mind of thinking. So anyway, it's only those who walk with a guru will truly understand why we are here sitting together and why we talk about guru so much. And that is something only when people are ready to know that path, or they have given up and they ask for grace, and grace comes. So sometimes grace comes in so many different kind of ways that we have to know that it is grace, and we have to move on with that. So we have to pay attention to our intuition, our feelings, especially when we start having a relationship with God, because then when we find a guru, then we find, well, now we have a relationship with guru, and it seems like God is coming through the guru. So then you don't have that form of that God you used to have, but you're getting something from the guru that is emanating from what you believed in. So that is the great mystery. It's like after you found such a guru, you look at God differently, but you see how God is blessing you now through a person, through a body. And that is what is fantastic. And you don't follow blindly, you go with all your heart, when you go. So it's wonderful that we have gotten that grace, our little group, and that could only be stored by the power of God. So beautiful song. So I know Tatiana has a poem, but is it the same poem, or do you have another one? I know you went, and it so happens you have that song also. Let me unmute your mic. Yeah.
Yes, I have a son.
Okay.
Also, Mere Gurudev also. That's the name of the song.
Okay.
Is Mere Gurudev Charanam Par Tumana Radha ke arpite hai tere hi vinay ayo hai wahi tuja ko samarapite hai na priti hai prititi hai nahi tuja की शक्ति है ना प्रीति है प्रीति है ना जी पूजा की शक्ति है मेरा जहाँ मन मेरा जहाँ काम मेरा काम हमारा पीछे है मेरा जहान mang मेरा जहान kang मेरा kang हमारा पीछे है तुम है हो बाबा मैं मेरे विचारों में पुकारों में बना ले यंत्र अपमुन को मेरे सावत्रा हमारा पिता है ओम समस्या मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर तुम्हारा राधा के अर्पिता है. Thank you.
That's so beautiful, Tatiana. Very beautiful, very touching. I can feel the energy that you put in it, you know. I can feel your energy, your heart. So beautiful. Thank you. You both making me want to tear up now.
I have the translation too. I can do the translation. It says, my Gurudev, I offer these flowers of my faith at your feet. Whatever I have, you have given to me, and I dedicate it all to you. I have no love, nor do I know you. I don't even have the strength to worship you. But this mind of mine, this body of mine, my every atom is dedicated to you. Thank you.
So beautiful, Tatiana. Such love. So you are red jewels, you know. I guess we probably are rare people to get two red jewels, you know, come in my presence, you know. There's nothing more grace. There's just no more grace than that, you know. So, you know, usually people have programs and, you know, they would sit and maybe chant for an hour or two, or they would pray for an hour or two, because we can look at it in this way, you know, it's they are still calling God, you know, they are still calling God. So they sit for like 2 hours and, you know, and that's part of the program. So people enjoy that. So the reason people don't come to our programs is because we don't have all that hours of chanting and prayer. All we have is sit quietly, we talk a little bit, sit quietly, maybe sing a song or two, and then you go in, right? So you go in to meet God. You've already, in your past lives and in this life, you've took up the phone and you've called. You know, let's say all our lifetimes we've been, oh God, where are you? You know, you've been praying and praying, and then now God's come. So then we don't have to chant for 2-3 hours to call him anymore. You see, we don't have to call him because he's here within us. And so we just have to sit down now and go in. You see, so that's the difference between us, like nobody wants to come because we are not chanting all this or doing all this puja or this prayer, But see, that means you're still calling. Here means he is here. He has come. So we don't have to call. We don't have to do those things. We do a little calling by calling on the guru, and the guru brings him for us. So the guru is like the AT&T, It's like, okay, so we connect now, We've already dialed, all our lives. We've dialed, and now we just connect through the force of the guru. See? So now you know why people don't come to our programs, because they enjoy doing all that. So during sadhana, what happens to some is they get attached to the sadhana itself instead of what the sadhana is doing. See, you get attached to the singing to the God and the praising of the God, and you're not seeing how the grace is coming in. But sometimes you do see the grace, but you so enjoy the singing, because we are people like that. We enjoy it. So some do it like that too. So it's fully good to do both ways, So I recommend for people, yes, go sit down in a kirtan environment, listen, sing along, give your heart. If you like chanting, sit down and chant in a group and do it with your heart, and you will enjoy it. You will improve in all ways. So it's good for everybody to do that, But in our case, we are already meditating, so sometimes it is not necessary. But occasionally we could do it to remind ourselves, because it's enjoyable, So that's a word on why our programs are so different than other people's, because I'm sure you probably see other people have programs and they do a lot of chanting and stuff, but everyone here in our group, not everybody is on today, but they have their personal sadhana that they're doing, and they are seeing fruits on it. So then now they understand what the next step is. So that is what is important as you go through your sadhana, you go through. But another thing some don't understand on the path is that you cannot live your life and just sit down and pray to God 24 hours a day. Like if you have children, a wife, family to take care of, you can't dedicate all your time to that, because that's not the reason why we are here. We are also to live and improve ourselves and learn and create and, become wonderful beings, So we dedicate some time to God, but we also have to dedicate to our own self, our family, our society, whatever. We dedicate some time to that. So we have to learn how to split our time, Anyways, it's not like that. So anybody want to talk about anything you read or anything like that? So I don't go on talking all the time.
I would like to talk about a passage that I read. It was a conversation between a guru and a disciple.
Mm-hmm.
The disciple was asking the guru, why are you talking about God all the time? So the guru responds, well, I have to talk about God, but not whatever, any word that I said won't be exactly what the truth is, what God is, what it means, God itself. But we, the gurus, we have to express, try to express God to you, to the disciple, so you will have an idea what it is. So the disciple says, but if we cannot describe God, why are we always talking about it, about God? And the Guru says, well, we, the Gurus, have to understand you. We have to understand you and explain everything in our hands to make you understand, what is God and what is the walk, the way that you have to follow in order to achieve that auto realization with God. But we, the Gurus, have to let you know that, but you, the disciples, does not have to understand everything that the Guru is saying, but you have to listen what the Guru is saying. So in that way, you eventually, through the time, through the experiences, you will understand why the Guru was saying those things. That will be it. Yeah.
That's a very good conversation, because that's the thing. Some people follow, but they don't understand what the Guru is saying, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. It's like you go and you listen, and then sometime in the future you would see the truth of what they said, because you are changing actually. Your brain, your mind, your heart, your whole body, as it's purified, it's changing. So now you understand a little more. And then as your intuition increases, then you understand the words of the Guru at that time. So it's like if somebody is in grade 6, the teacher might teach something and they might not get it. But when they reach grade 8, they get it, They tried, they couldn't, but suddenly one day it just happened, So that's a beautiful conversation, because it is impossible to describe God, because our brain only functions in what they told us who God is, like where do we learn about God is from our parents, from the institution, like whatever religion, from that institution. And that's what we are told God is. So we have that in our mind and our brain. And that is what the Guru has to work with and clear that. And so it's not one way they do it. They do it by many different ways to clear that conditioning, because you can't just say something, doesn't make any sense, And so the illumination of what God is comes slowly as you walk, as you experience light, as you experience love, you experience bliss, and you experience many, many things along the way. And some things we don't have vocabulary for. So if you don't have the vocabulary, how can you explain it, something that there is no words for, So that is one thing. And some people who are on the path a while, they begin to understand that there are no words, because even as you have experience within yourself, as you walk with the Guru, you have these experience, and if you try to explain it to somebody, you don't even have words. It's like, I feel I can see the Guru is with me. Anyway, I walk, the Guru is with me. And you say that to somebody, they might say you schizo or something, and so you can't explain that. And then when you start speaking to somebody, these wonderful words just come out of your mouth, and you feel a connection to the Guru. And then these words just come out, and it makes absolute sense for that person. There's no second thinking. It becomes like clay, like the truth has come out through that medium of the Guru, because of your connection with the Guru. That medium, is working. It's connected. So the truth came out through your mouth because of your connection with the Guru, And so that's one thing beginners don't know, that when you are so connected, the very words you utter seem to be coming from the Guru, and you don't understand. How can I explain that to somebody? And so when it comes to it, you're trying to understand God, but then you can't understand the Guru either. So it's like, okay, I have to keep going until I could understand something, because God always seems so far away. If we think God is like, Krishna or Christ or Allah, whoever people think God is, it seems to be some way you lock them in a compartment some way, and you're trying to open that compartment, you're singing the praise, you're doing duty, you'll find like, if I do good things, I'll get favor of God, but that's human thinking. It's like, if I do a favor for my friend over there, she go do back one for me, right? So that is our thinking. Our limited thinking is that, well, God operate that way, if I go to the mandir and I utter 1008 mantra and I give 108 clothes, well, then God go give me my wish, It's like, but then that's a different relationship, because you have God in that compartment, and God is much more, he can't fit in a compartment. He can't fit there. So it's like, we only are really learning to one aspect of God. It's like, okay, we're good, we do this and we'll get some grace, So that's why sometimes it's hard to describe the Guru, and it's hard for the Guru to describe God, right? So then the disciple really have to have experiences in order to understand these things, and that is why you call such a Sadguru the Guru of truth, because truth is always in essence from the experience of something, right? If you taste honey, then you will know honey. If somebody describe honey, you can't know how it tastes. So it's the experience of tasting the honey is what make you understand, well, that is honey, and you could distinguish that from any other taste, So in the same way, the Guru has to take you to a place where you can have an experience, and then you know the truth. So the Guru cannot tell you the truth, but he could help you move along it for you to have your own experience of truths in the world, And so that is the beauty of the Guru path. So you're going through a medium. So in the same way, when you experience God, you experience the divine, it will not be what someone has said. It will be something within your own very soul, your own very experience, So that is the beauty of where the Guru takes you. And then you realize, man, the Guru and God and me, it is not the same. It is, we're this kind of the same, but you can't say that. You can't say we're one. You cannot say that. All you could say is like, wow, I experienced this. And that is where the truth, that is why you call it Sat Chit Anand. Where you say the Guru is Sat Guru. Sat means truth, right? So that is how walking the path of a Guru is. So sometimes during the times, he has to break that conditioning of what you believe with an experience, instead of, so it's like you thought that this thing is a triangle, right? You thought, but then maybe the thing isn't a triangle. So first you have to get rid of your thoughts. Well, this is God and that is God. So some of the chanting, some of the mantra, and some of the worship is a part of the process of sometimes getting rid of old conditioning of what we think, and even old conditioning from previous lifetimes of other things that is not allowing us to see the truth, So that is why these things are helpful as you begin, as you start, as you proceed and you go forward. So at an ashram, they would always have a program of chanting, of singing, of saying prayers or puja. So at any ashram you go, well, we call it in India, Vedic, we're talking the Vedic thing, the Vedic tradition, right? At an ashram, they would always have these things. So as people come, they would start saying these mantras, doing these prayers, doing this worship as they start to break their conditioning. And it's only if they want to know God more or they want to serve the Guru, would they get more experiences. You see, it's if they want that, then they will start getting experiences that make them want to go closer to the Guru now, you see? So an ashram is like a place where anybody can go and start their journey and even try to finish their journey. And that's why they have ashrams, you know? Sometimes somebody has so much karma that it takes many, many years and they are there in the ashram serving the Guru. Maybe they will be the ones leading the chanting, so other people, other outsiders could come and take part, you know, because somebody has to do that work. So this is how people grow and go. And then if they are born again, something remains of that sadhana. And if you've done work like that, you would be drawn to go to an ashram. So some people, they come and they're drawn to go to a guru. They're drawn to do this because they have done something in their past life like that. So this is how the continuation goes, you know, how things work. So some people who, you know, they claim their religion is better than other religion. Who knows if you, when your last lifetime, which religion did you born in? You don't even know, you know, which religion you born in, which country, which culture you belong to, you know. So that is why those arguments are silly. All you could do is go into your heart. Start by loving God. If you don't know anything in the world, just start, and that heart connects to God, and that grace will happen. You will go and meet somebody who would maybe give you some talk, or you would suddenly a book come in your presence and you read it and say, oh yes, this makes sense to me. And so you learn something in that book, you know, then somebody comes and talks, suddenly you're in the right place. Suddenly you're in the right place with the right people at the right time. Why? That is what we call grace, an invisible thing that you have to be able to see. And that is one thing, doing sadhana, being able to see the grace is one of the most wonderful things that keeps your train going. You know, it keeps your train going. So, you know, that's a lot of talk. Now we should have a song. So you have another song, Gil?
Yeah. I don't know if you want me to sing Ma Shakti Ma or you want me to sing Om, the Guru Om song, the one with.
Let's go with the Shakti Mana.
Okay. All right.
Nobody has never heard that song before. So.
Yeah, so Ma wrote this song, and I know she was dedicating it to her guru, because Ma has been intense since the day she met her guru. And that's how these words came to Ma. So I'm honored to sing it again. It's called Ma Shakti Ma. Who is in charge of this beautiful face? Who is in charge of this place? Ma Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. Who is in charge of my very speech? Who is in charge of my heartbeat? Ma Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heart. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heartbeat. Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. She is the power everywhere. She is the power that's very dear within my very heart. Within my streams of love and laughter, she is dear. Who is in charge of my speech? Who is in charge of my eyes? Who is in charge of my mouth and my very heartbeat? Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heart. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heartbeat. Ma, Shakti Ma, Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. Who is in charge of the world of forms? Who is the one that's dancing? Who is the one that's singing the song? Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heart. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heartbeat. Ma, Shakti Ma, Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. Oh, Ma, Parvati Ma. Oh, Ma, Parvati Ma. Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. Guru Om, Ma, Shakti Ma, Ma, Shakti Ma.
Beautiful, Asha, so beautiful. Ma Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. Ma Shakti is the most powerful force in the universe. She is the creator of gods and men and forms. She creates the world, dances in it. She is so much, so much. Ma Shakti. Om Ma. And that's the secret. That's one of the secret. She is the maker of gods. She is the maker of life itself. And is she a person? Is she a god? Is she the powerful electricity? Is she nuclear power? What is Ma Shaktima? That is what you will discover on this path. You will discover Ma Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. She is the queen of the universe. She is the queen of my heart. Ma Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma, Shakti Ma. So do you see in the Puranas how the stories are written? The stories in the Purana are wonderful. When you listen and you see how the gods behave like men, they have little jealousies, things happen if you've read the stories in the Puranas. But when they have the worst demon in the world, who they do invoke? They invoke that Shakti Ma, who is so powerful that men cannot even fight the force of Ma Shaktima. She comes in so many different forms and forces, you know. That is why in the Puranas, when there's bad trouble, who do they summon? They summon Durga. You know, if you read the Puranas, you could see, you know, so why? You know, like, so the power of Ma, see, I don't want to put words, but that is the ultimate force, the ultimate force. But, you know, it's, you cannot say these things, but, you know, like when, you know, whatever stage we are in, we will see God in a different way. So if there is a God of energy, we say she's the God of energy. If there's a God of humans, we say she's the God of humans. She looks like a human. If an energy, if energy has sense, has knowledge, if a piece of energy, then an energy would say, Ma Shaktima is God. You know what I mean? So it is difficult from one person's aspect to the next aspect as to what this is. You could only see the result of what it is. You cannot see what it is, you know. So in essence, when you reach the highest of thinking, the highest of experience or thinking, you'd say Paramatma and Prakriti, meaning nature and consciousness, or consciousness and energy. But those things means nothing, right? Because we are here experiencing this world. So Ma, you know, the power of Ma is also within our own little body, you know. So even the words that we say within ourselves, the sounds we make, all that is part of what Ma Shakti does within us. The sounds we make, we laugh, we cry, you know. So there is nothing that, but, you know, depending on how we want to be at a point in recognizing things, that's when we'll get the illumination of things, you know. It's to say everything is light. That's one aspect, you know. So is she light? Is she energy? You know, so it's not like a he or she, but we say she because we are created from a female entity. We all came from a mother, and a mother does so many things at one time. Whereas a father, he could only focus on one thing, you know. That's the difference between male and female, right? And so there's people who are in between that, right? So it's like a mother can be taking care of a child, doing laundry, cooking, you know, finding a lost thing for her husband. He can't find something. She could be doing all these things at one time. So Ma Shakti is usually drawn with all these hands a lot of time. You know, so the hands tell you that she can do much more. A woman can do so much. She has so many. So in a way to express that expression, you draw the female with all these hands, you know. Even you draw Shiva when he's dancing with all these hands, because it shows you can't do one thing. You can do many things at one time, right? You can have one hand in this, one hand in that, you know. So it's like that. So the power of God is like that. So anyway, that's a beautiful song, and you know, it's great. So what else do we what else do we want to do? We're already in this bliss, you know. We want to just sing and dance, you know. If we were together in a room, that's what we'd be doing now. We'd be dancing in the Shakti, dancing with the Shakti, dancing with God, dancing with ourselves, you know, in the bliss of God. So One day we'll have a get together where we can do this. It'll be beautiful, you know. So what else? Do you want to sing again? Asha, do you want to sing again? You can sing again.
Yeah, I could. I mean, this is the way we get to celebrate what we found. I mean, so much you have said, and just hanging. See, the space that we're in right now is just hanging with you, and singing with you is so blissful. Listening to it, I'm listening to myself and playing, and it's like a back and forth. It feels divine. It feels amazing. It's just an experience to be with a guru and sing in front of a guru. It's out of this world, I'm going to tell you. I mean, I don't even think I'm doing anything. I'm just sitting here with my fingers on the strings, and I feel like you're just playing everything, and it's all coming.
Well, how many hands does Ma Shakti have? How many hands?
Many. So, well, Guru Om, 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 Guru Om. Guru Om, 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 Guru Om. Let the light, let the light be with us. Let the light be with us, be with us. Let the light be with us. Let the light be with us. Be with us, be with us. Guru Om, 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 Guru Om. Let the love be with us. Let the love be with us. Let the love be with us. Be with us. Let the love be with us. Let the love be with us. Be with us. Be with us. Let the love be with us. Guru Om, 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 Guru Om. Let the peace, let the peace, let the peace be with us. Let the peace be with us, be with us. The peace be with us. Let the peace be with us. Be with us, be with us. Let the peace be with us. Guru Om, 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 Guru Om. Love, peace, love and peace. Let the love and the peace be with us. Let the light and the love and the peace be with us. Be with us, be with us. Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om, Guru Om. Love, peace, love, be with us.
You've gotten so well on the guitar. You sound amazing, you know.
So that's what the grace is. It's like when I'm playing, like yesterday I speak to you sometimes pretty often on the phone, and I get inspired again. Like last night I made 2 videos on my channel because I
Whoa.
don't know, I just felt like I was singing these songs and I just got inspired again. I think the guru gives us that inspiration. You have always, when I have come at your feet, the inspiration has come back up, because we get lost. We're with the world, we're with the people, and we get weak inside, and you feel like everybody's struggling, I'm struggling. We start thinking those things. And when I talk to you, when I'm with the guru, when I'm with you, and you tell me certain things, it's like you wake up this thing inside of me. Wake up, Asha, sing, sing. It's okay. Yes, it'll be okay. And we will celebrate. And I get that inspiration again. It's something that, how am I able to inspire others, is that I get the inspiration through you. And I thank you, because I don't think I have such anything that's there to give. But when I hang with you, I feel like the guitar just plays and the music just comes and the voice just comes. So it is through your grace that the words come through my mouth. Even like you said, the connection between the guru, it's like you've been calling it for so many lifetimes. It's in front of you and now it's within you. It's come and it's in your database system. So when it needs to come and talk to somebody and give that advice, through the guru's grace, that love that you have, the grace is like that love with the guru, it will just come and manifest for that person for whatever they need. So oh, you work in so many different layers. I can't even believe that I play a guitar that I've never learned in my entire life. I just picked it up one day and started playing. And it is by your grace. And there's nothing else I can say. I mean, the guru is great. No words. There's no words.
Right. So back to everything I said, all the talk, about everything you said there is kind of what I was saying. And so it's so beautiful, to see this play. Like, I never painted before, and now I paint and people seem to like my paintings, So this is what the guru does. It's like you're playing the guitar, but is it me playing? That's why it's very difficult to explain what the guru is and what to explain what God is, because there are no words for it. And it's only when you experience that would you be able to say, well, there are no words. So if somebody comes and they have words, well, they ain't reach anywhere because they got words. They got words. You don't have words anymore. Words go, So, maybe they reach somewhere. I wouldn't say they didn't reach anywhere, but it's difficult to explain things, And so, I have seen my whole life is what I have experienced or seen, because I didn't grow up in a home where we chanted, where we visited gurus, it was a different upbringing, but it means in many lifetimes, I have lived a life just like you all have lived a life where you are attracted to be in goodness, to be in the love, to be in the grace. You have been attracted in many lifetimes. And so you can't get away from it. You might try to go somewhere and it will push you back, So it's like that, and you see small miracles around you, We don't usually talk about the small miracles in our life, because when we talk miracles, people are just attracted to miracles instead of how to become one that is graced by the miracles. They just want a miracle. But see, the thing is, if you look at the world and people are drawn to miracles and such, it gives them inspiration, and some of them, well, they start the path and they go on and they hope for miracle in their life, But then sometimes somebody creates a big miracle, and what happens is it becomes a religion or something, like somebody start following it, everybody start following it, and sometimes there are good results, and sometimes people misinterpret the words because their brain and their conditioning has not, fixed yet for them to understand the words correctly in the philosophy. Their brain and understanding do not understand the words, and so it could be interpreted and bad could come of it. So that is why the divine does not attribute to a lot of people to do many miracles, because it can easily be taken and interpreted incorrectly, and people would go, it would cause really bad things. People might take it and think, well, this is what they mean, and they go do bad things, So miracles are great when the small miracles happen in your life to help you develop, to help you develop, help you grow, help you to understand. And that is so precious. And that's one of the things that I teach, how to see the small miracles in our lives, and that gives us inspiration to really keep going, because in the end, we want to be the one that can manifest miracles, not by ourselves, but God can manifest miracles through us, right? So we are growing towards that. So anyways, so what we might say is a miracle today, tomorrow they will be, no, that's not a miracle. Everybody could do that now, because everybody has grown, because people keep growing, people keep, evolution happens, so something 1,000 years ago somebody couldn't do, now somebody could do it, so is there any miracle really? So anyway, and it's great, we live here, and sometimes, pleasant things happen, unpleasant things happen, and we have to get back into our self to get the inspiration to keep going, because right now there's a great epidemic of mentally confused, or not confused, but lots of people have a little mental trouble now as a result of the pandemic and all the situation that's happening, So it's good that we walk this path, and, we can become strong and be a light, We don't really have to go out and do anything, but those who want to be attracted to the light will see the light and come to it. Because, a light could be shining somewhere, but nobody wants to be in the brightness. It's only if people want to come in the brightness, can you shine your, can they receive from the light, right? It's like the closer you get, the more light you get. And if people, people are drawn to whatever they like. So our job is to keep growing and keep our light glowing and keep going, right? The 3 G's, right? We have to make up one for 5 G's now. Yeah. So, usually I love singing songs of Krishna, because that one, it doesn't have a lot of, like, the Shakti doesn't turn me into, like, other energies, but also Krishna is good as an example, because as I said before, he wore a crown, he was a king, he fought evil, he fought demons, he showed himself to Arjuna, the Gita came about, he shared his love with the gopis. So he's an all-round person, right? So he's a good example. In our lives, sometimes we certainly, like, even so, if you're not following a guru, sometimes normal people, they need somebody to look up to as an example, so that they can live their life and be inspired. So we call them, they call them heroes here or whatever, you know. So you want to be smart like that person, you know. If you a physicist, you want to be like the most famous one, you know. If you know, any career and you see somebody who has done a great job and they are doing so good, if you like that path, then you want to be like that. So it is important in religion also, when you look up at somebody, to become an example like them, you see. And if a religion does not have such a person that you can look up to them as a hero to follow, when you're in that frame of mind, you have not gotten enlightenment yet, you're still, you know, you're now growing, you're now finding out about your path, the religion and whatnot. Sometimes people they need heroes like that to see, well, if somebody followed this particular religion and they lead a good life and they can do so many things, and you can see they're smart, they're talented, so they become an example for somebody, you know, in normal life. And so if something that people are following and there's no example of such a person to follow, then they don't have that. And sometimes you need that, because we could see people generally, they like to look up at somebody to follow, you know. So they are in our society, they are always leaders and followers. So that is very important as you follow any path. You know, you want to be able to have an example, you know, have an example. So that is one of the things I see, you know, how people live their life. And we shouldn't just look at famous people who have a lot of money and, you know, who might be like an actor or actress, you know. It's like, look up at somebody who is common in the world, but who lives a fantastic life, you know, like they treat their spouse very well. They take care of their children, you know, and they are very grateful to God. You know, they are very helpful, they are kind, they are considerate, and they are just normal people in our day-to-day meetings, but they live a very exemplary life, you know. So sometimes people in society, if you're not following a path or following a path, it's good when you have good examples around. So you can say, wow, I like how that person bakes that cake. You know, some people like a cook or something because they want to be a chef, you know. And so all of us have faults, you know, all of us have faults. So somebody you might look up to might have a fault, but remember, everyone has a fault. So then you can't fault that person. So what you have to do is take out the best, like do what you see as the best as the example, right? In the same way, whatever path or religion we follow, we must take the best out of that religion or philosophy and apply it in our lives, you know, the best of it. And if things don't make sense, it's good to question it, because things were written thousands of years ago that people are still following. And the mindset then was different than the mindset now. So then it's okay to question certain things, because if we live with our heart tells us, you know, what is right and what is wrong. But anyway, that's enough of a talk. I feel I'm talking so much today. I didn't mean to, but it's coming out. So, you know, I'm saying it. So that's why, you know, I like to sing Krishna songs, because I don't go into any states. You know, I love it because it brings me into the love state, and I love being in that state, you know. So maybe we could, Tatiana, do you have anything you want to say or talk about? Are you enjoying the program so far?
Yes, I love to attend the Zoom meetings because I I enjoy the light, the guidance that you are giving us. We are sharing with the other disciples. We are sharing, our daily life. It's very enriching me in my life, and also help me grow and understand from others, and putting your guidance and your words into my life. You apply into my life, and I can see the changes that I have been having. As you said, miracles are happening every day in life. We can see it as manifestations here and there in our daily life. Is people that is around us. Is like life is coming to serve us. Through is God manifesting through these people, because we are serving and we are giving love. We are doing this path together. We are growing up little by little, and we are seeing the miracles, and we are achieving our level of evolution even more and more and more. So it's really beautiful. This path of spiritual path is very beautiful, especially being with your, guided by you and with your grace always.
Yeah. Well, it's easy when I meet gems like you all. It's easy when I get gems, right? I don't have to polish, you polish a little bit, but if you got coal, so much polishing has to take place, right, to become a diamond, So, so even that is, I see as my grace also, God has sent, the Guru, God has sent me such beautiful people to just polish a little bit, just give a little polish. So it's really a wonderful experience, even for me, as I even do this work, and how things come out of my mouth, how small miracles happen, how everything unfolds. It's so beautiful. And it's like we try to explain to people, but they don't really understand. So it's like only who are really seeking will they go, as I said, will go to the light. If they want brightness, they will go to the light. If they don't want brightness, they're seeing good in the dark, well, then they will stay there, right? So we cannot judge anybody. I think everybody has to go through a process of growth on their own until they realize, well, I need to do this. So because God helps everybody to evolve. We are not special, but we get grace, and that is beautiful. So everybody gets grace when they are seeking something, people like maybe they're studying for an exam or something, and they put in totally mind and effort into studying, and they pray for the grace. And you know what? It happens. They pass the exam because they've focused on that, So focusing on things, and living a good life and being a good example is so important today, And sometimes we might think that all life we're not doing anything for anybody, but just by being here and living your life and doing what's right because it's right, it's really a great thing. Although you're not looking for praise of it, but in your own being you feel so good inside when you do what's right, you do what's loving, and sometimes you may have to stand and fight for yourself, so it doesn't mean that all the time things will be as you want, because we are living a world with other people, and sometimes you may have to stand and fight for yourself, so if you're prepared well, if Durga has shown you her weapons and show you how to use your weapons, then you can defend yourself with all the weapons she carries, right? Just got to bring a little bit of a joke in it. Yeah. So right now I don't feel like singing because I've talked so much, but it's like maybe we can have a little bit of silence now, and maybe before we go. And if I feel to sing during the silence, I'll just sing, but we'll just close our eye. No deep meditation, just close our eyes and feel the good energy and smile, maybe I'll sing a Krishna something, if it comes. And let's go in the quiet a little bit. Stop recording now.